Discover the power of your rights. Join Chester and BJ for a special episode recorded live from the Self-Advocacy Association of New York State SANYS Conference. They'll be diving deep into the OPWDD SANYS Rights Book, showing you how it can build your confidence and equip you to be a strong self-advocate. Hear firsthand from self-advocates Tamilia, Fritz, and Tito Castro as they share their journeys with a live audience. Let's start the conversation.
Good morning. And are you guys having a good time? Welcome to our Accessing Life podcast. This morning, we will be talking about rights and how important that is to you and about you using and exercising your rights. This morning, we have two guests, Tamilia and Tito. Morning.
Hello, and good morning.
First of all, the important thing will be for you guys to exercise your rights and know what they are. And I'm also going to introduce my co-host and best friend, BJ.
I didn't pay him to say that, but thank you, Jeff.
Now, for the first question. Tamilia.
Yes.
I've known you for many years, and we caused trouble long time ago in Lockport, New York, and in Niagara Falls in the workshops. At that time, it was Opportunities Unlimited. I don't know how limited our it was. But can you tell us a little bit about, what your rights means to you?
My right means to me, I had to advocate to be here all those years, the advocating. And if it wasn't for advocating for myself, I won't be here. And it's very important to advocate for yourself.
And why is that?
So you're going to get your voice heard. So make people listen to you.
Sometimes people listen, but they don't hear. Well, they don't hear in the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tito. What have been your experience in exercising your rights and, some of the struggles you've had?
So, when I first got here, I didn't know about the SANYS because basically, I never heard of it until we did the election of president, vice president, secretary, and etc. So that's when I started knowing that there was SANYS. And I was like, so SANYS is basically a self-advocate experience that basically people learn about. Because now I'm in Rockland. So Rockland was unsafe to walk in because basically the cars and everything. And I spoke up about that. Now they have a sidewalk there. So basically now I can walk to the Staten Island Mall whenever I want to, which is actually a good thing.
That was great advocating.
Mm-hmm.
BJ.
Yes, and also with your rights that we have in the Know Your Rights Book comes responsibilities. How important is it to carry out the responsibilities with your rights?
So responsibility basically means that you have to lead for other people that need to learn the self-advocacy rights, etc. So when I was picked as vice president, I started like having help from one of the individuals in my house. So then I can get to know how to do it properly. So basically, like, it's good to help each other learn on how to do things instead of not having able to like have no one helping you. So basically, it's good to have others help you that if you don't know how to really self-advocate for anything. So that's another important thing, is helping others.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've been told you don't have to worry about your rights? I got it covered? Or did you always want to know about your rights?
No, when I got to my new job, I taught the rights we did through my job. And one of the rights I had learned that you have the right to vote, you have the right to get married, and you had to advocate for that. And and a right to educate, get your education. That's what I learned.
By the way, how long have you been married now?
I've been married for 28 years.
That's good.
Yeah, and your typical married couples.
You know, and people tell you that you don't have a right. People with disabilities, they can't marry. You know, they can live in group homes and that kind of stuff, but they can't get married. And you and John proved them wrong.
Oh, we don't live in a group home. We live in our own home.
Of course. But there are people that would not believe that. So what do you guys think that the most important thing it is to tell people why they should advocate for their rights? Just like Tito, you exercise your rights where you live. Tamilia, you live in your own home. Why is it important for the guys out there, the self-advocates that are here today, to exercise their rights and speak up for themselves?
You can go first. Okay. The reason why it's so important, you have your voice heard and keep advocating until they listen, until they sick and tired of hearing you. Okay, and they start listening to you. That's important to advocate. That's your right.
Something important to me about the self-advocate is, like, if someone cannot speak up for themselves, speak up for them. Because, like, say, like, someone cannot talk. That's how you're able to help the person. So then you can be able to, like, say, if you don't know how to talk, just write it down, so then we can get to know what you're trying to say, or like communicate with your hands, which is the sign language that basically like some people use in order to communicate.
And one thing I like about the Rights Book, it's designed by people with disabilities, which is the most important thing. So it's very user-friendly and understandable. You can have a discussion about your rights.
Everyone in this room can advocate for themselves. You don't like say someone says, "Oh, Tito, you don't have the right to vote." I'm gonna be like, "Yes, I do, because it's my right. It's not just your right. You have to listen to everyone's voices, not just yours."
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
What, and this is also for you, BJ, also. as well as all of us up here, what do you say to agencies or people that tell you, well, we have a bunch of rules and regulations, and these are the things that you have to follow, and you now have the Book of Rights that we put together for you that covers all your rights, no matter what services you have or what situations you're in. And you have this, and make sure that you get copies at our OPW or SANYS table. We should have them out there, so they're available to you, and use them. What would you guys say if someone told you that they have a different set of rules than the ones that you know that have been officially there for you?
I think that everybody should have rights, to follow. It shouldn't be no different. That's how I feel about it.
You gotta think about how other people feel. Because if you only think on how you feel, that's not right. You have to think about everyone, not just yourself.
It's
As I always say, is you're not at the table, you're on the menu, and what that really means, if you're not at the table giving your opinion when it comes to the rules that the agencies are making, you have to speak up and say, explain this rule, it doesn't make sense to me, because the rules are there to benefit both the agency and you, but the rules are there to have a discussion about it. If you disagree with them, you have a right to disagree with the agency that provides you services. You don't always have to say yes, that's the way it is. You have a right to ask questions, and that's one of the things why this rights book. Please go grab it, share it with your friends. If they're unable to make it to the conference, heck, give it to you. Give it to your entity director and say, maybe you should read this.
which is a good idea, because the rules and regulations should complement each other. They shouldn't be fighting like they have swords and, back in the old days when there was knights and kings and stuff. You should work together to make things happen. And it's up to us to make sure that we talk about what our rights are, exercise our rights, but make sure that everyone knows what they are and follow them. Agencies, parents, no matter who it is, that we have that right. Just like we have a constitution to govern our country, we have rights to govern our services. Yeah.
So, Chester, any final words of wisdom from you?
For all of us to advocate like we're on fire and that our lives depend on what we say and what we do and what we advocate for. So, as I said one time at one of these conferences, don't just say it, do it. Because self-advocacy is alive. Thank you.
I'm going to say this about the book. If you brought this book today, don't bring it home and use it as a coaster for your coffee. It's there for a purpose, so use it to help you and to help others and help people understand the rights that are in this book that we talk about belong to everyone. Don't use it as a coffee coaster. Don't say it's pretty. It's nice and colorful, but it's for you to use. So go out and use it and use your voice and use your power. Your voice is your power.
Are you enjoying this conversation? If so, Accessing Life has a library of helpful episodes on the OPWDD YouTube page. Chester and BJ talk to guests about everything from finding a job and keeping your benefits to making shopping more accessible for everyone. Hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell so you know when new episodes of Accessing Life are released. Accessing Life is a podcast produced by the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, known as OPWDD. The producer is Michael Orzel. Your hosts are Chester Finn and BJ Stasio. To learn more about the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, supports and services, go to opwdd.ny.gov.